In this lecture, I am going to introduce you to Ansys Design Modeler. So inside Ansys Workbench, we have two types of geometric systems. One is the Design Modeler geometric system, and the second one is the Space Claim geometric system. And if you want to create simple components and you want to edit whatever the data that has been imported from other CAD systems, you can efficiently use this geometric modeler or design modeler. Then if you want to create advanced parts and advanced assemblies, then you may use the Space Claim Design Modeler. In this particular course, I am going to introduce you to Design Modeler basics. So in order to access Design Modeler, you need to first select this particular design component. So what I am going to go to is the geometry component, and then I am going to drag the geometric component and place it on the project schematic. And once I place it on the project schematic, what I am going to do is I am going to right click on this cell, and here I have option to select the two types of geometric modelers as I have mentioned before. As we are going to deal with the design modeler, I am going to select new design modeler geometry. So once I selected the new design modeler geometry, this particular Ansys Workbench will open the design modeler module. And once the geometry module has opened, we have, as in any other CAD system or CAD software, we have three planes: XY plane, ZX plane and the YZ plane. These three planes correspond to the three planes, namely the top plane, side plane as well as the front plane in any design software. So here the first and foremost thing is we need to create some primitive shapes like say square, sphere and such sort of objects. So in order to create such sort of objects, you need to go to create, and in the create you can select primitives, and from here you can select from many different shapes that are available by default. So for this purpose, what I am going to do is I am going to select the sphere option. So once I select the sphere option, see here the sphere has been populated in the tree outline menu, and the details of this particular sphere are appearing in the details view window or details view component of the total design module. So here the first and foremost thing is I need to give the origin for the sphere. So let us say the origin of the sphere is existing at 0 in the x-axis, 0 at the y-axis and 0 in the z-axis. Then the next thing is I need to specify the radius of this particular sphere. See here the units, if you observe, the units are in meters, so I need to enter the values in meters here. So I am going to enter 5 meters instead of 1 meter. I am going to enter 5 meters. So I have given this particular radius of the sphere. So in order to generate or in order to create the shape, you need to right click on the sphere and then press generate and then click on generate, so that the body is going to be generated. See here we have created a solid body, but I don't want a solid body, I want a simple hollow body. Then what can I do? I am going to go again to create and go to primitives once again, and I am going to just select box here instead of sphere, and I am going to denote that the origin of the box or the square is at the exact same location where the center point of this particular sphere has been presented or has been created. Then you can see you are going to give the diagonal length. So in the x-axis it is 5 meters instead of 1 meter, in the y-axis also it is 5 meters, and in the z-axis also it is a 5 meters. So every side is equal, so we can call it as a square. Now what I want to do is I want to create, instead of creating a solid body, I want to create a hollow body. So if you want to create a hollow body, you have an option known as thin surface. So in this particular option you can click here and you can press S. So if you have selected the S as this particular option, then you need to give the thickness. So you can give thickness in two directions. One is the inner direction and other one is the outer direction. So inner direction means, suppose if you take this as the surface of the body, if you specify the inner thickness, what happens? The surface will be extruded towards the inner side of this particular body, and likewise if you give the outer thickness, it is going to be extruded to the outside of the body, and remaining material will be removed from this object, making it as a hollow object. And once I have selected all the required options, I am going to just generate and create the body. So here there is a square, thin square that has been generated inside the body. Then if you want to delete any of these bodies, what you can do is you just right click on any of the body from the tree outline menu and you can just select delete and then press yes. You have deleted the created body. Then coming to the sphere, just right click on the sphere and just delete the sphere. Likewise, you can go to create and you can go to primitives option and you can select number of options that are pre-existing inside Ansys Workbench. You can create a cylinder, you can create a cone, you can create a prism and other sorts of things. So this is how we can create some primitive shapes using geometric modeler or design modeler. In the next lecture we are going to use the sketching options as well as the modeling options that are present inside geometric modeler.